Hello, welcome in. I'm so excited for you guys to be here and thank you for clicking on this video. I want to talk about love today, okay? This is something different for the channel. I know that you guys are used to seeing me record fashion videos, but I want to incorporate this into the channel because it just speaks so much to my soul, and I've been doing a lot of like soul searching, and like I'm very like I practice a lot with my spiritual side of myself and my life, and I want to take the channel kind of like, well, in a direction of like spirituality kind of, but like more so just like wisdom, and I'm still going to be doing fashion and styling videos, but you know, this channel is called Britt Marie Holt and I'm Brittany, so like that's what this channel is about. You know, it's about me sharing myself with you, you know, and this is my way of helping others. It's my way of contributing to the world a wiser way of living and being, and today, for this message, for this video, I wanted to talk about love and how love is not unconditional. Love is not unconditional. In other words, love is conditional. So whether you're like in an intimate relationship or, you know, this also applies to friends and family, love is conditional. And for me, this is something that I learned this fairly recently. So like growing up, I always thought that love was unconditional, because one of my parents was just like always forgiving of my actions and like constantly gave to me, and I never received any consequences from that parent for my actions. And like kind of with the other parent too, like I received a lot of unconditional love growing up, and when I got into dating, I was really selfish, because I didn't understand that love was like transactional. It kind of is transactional, like when you think about it. Like it's like okay, like it's not really like a tit for tat thing. It's more so like you can't just like walk around having an attitude all the time and like expect the other person to not be affected, right? Or like you can't treat your partner or your person, like, or whoever it is, like you can't just treat them, you know, in a snobby way or like in it with an attitude and like expect them to just like be nice to you and just like whatever, like, you know. And another thing is that a relationship does take work. Like it does take work, and I think that we expect to get into a relationship with a person who is healed and perfect. But meanwhile, like, we forget that we're not perfect ourselves, and that thought gets in the way of like us being humble and like realizing like, wait, I still have like some growing to do. And what's so good about life is that like we have our whole lives to get to be the best version of ourselves, and it is not a linear journey, which like I'm sure you've heard many times. But going back to the conditional love thing, you know, it's like I think a lot of people in the world are kind of, I feel like they feel lonely in their relationships because they don't think that they're doing anything wrong in the relationship, and so it's causing a lot of tension and arguments in the relationship, and it's because they're not taking accountability for their own actions. And so when we don't take accountability for our own actions, it's like we're saying, fuck you. Like, I don't have to say sorry for being a bitch. Fuck you. I don't have to, you know, realize that I'm at wrong. And like, I think a lot of people point fingers at the other person a lot rather than like accepting, you know, the responsibility and accountability for their actions. So I think that that's why a lot of people just feel lonely. And it's like, once I started, I'm gonna speak personally, like once I started to take accountability for my actions and actually hold a mirror up to myself and like look at myself from an outside point of view, I was able to see, okay, yeah, I was wrong right there, and I need to apologize for that, and I need to really be conscious of my actions next time, so that way I don't repeat that incident again. And once I started doing that, my relationships like significantly got better. And like it really just it really became like it really just started to heal me in ways that I never thought taking accountability would do for me. And like I was always pointing the finger at other people, like they need to take accountability for their own actions, but really like sometimes I was the one who was in the wrong. And I got to a place mentally where I was just like, maybe it's me, you know. And so like that's when everything just started to change. And then that's how I got to the realization that love is conditional. Like I can't just be a bitch all the time and expect the person to be so giving to me. I can't, you know, just be a bitch all the time and like expect that person to want to do things for me. You know, like we have to look at the other people, the other person, like they're a person too. They're not just like an endless or like they're not just like a limitless fountain of gifts and money and like treasures and like jokes and, you know, whatever makes you feel good. Like we have to look at the other person like they're not an endless supply of, you know, those things. Like, you know, the other person has their own limits, and, you know, they're sacrificing things too. Like I think that another reason why people fight so much is because they think that they're the only ones sacrificing. And sometimes that is true. Okay, sometimes that is true. I'm not gonna like gaslight you, okay, if that's your situation. I'm not, you know, like doubting you or gaslighting you. But like, I think that empathy plays a huge role in like understanding that it's not all about us in a relationship. And like, this goes for men and women, okay? Like, I feel like ever since the feminism movement came about, which like, it's been happening for like kind of a long time if you think about it. But like, obviously right now, like, well, I would say maybe like last year was like the height of it. I personally think like the feminist movement is starting to kind of like just like dwindle a little bit, okay? And I say that just because I think that there's a lot of like realization around the fact that people aren't happy. And I think that I just don't think that, like, I'll just speak from personal experience. Like, you know, I see a lot of like lonely people out there. I see a lot of lonely people, okay? And I live in a city. I live in a big city. And like, whenever I go out, like during the day or at night, I don't really see a lot of happy people, to be honest with you. And it's because they're not in a relationship, and they're around people who like aren't good for them, or like not aligned with their authentic selves. And like, look, it takes like a lot of like time to cultivate that and to find those people, you know. But like, yeah, like a man can take a lot from a woman if he chooses to do that. And a woman can also take a lot from a man if she chooses to do that. Like, it goes both ways. Like I'm not gonna like jump into a can of worms here, talking about like feminism and things like that. Like, I love that, you know, women are out there like, you know, doing their thing. But it also gets to a point where the woman has to take accountability too. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just about me. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Like, it's not. Because like, that kind of mindset is what makes people think that love is unconditional. Like, I see a lot of women who are honestly like rude. They're straight up bitches. And like, they just think that that's okay. And then meanwhile, they wonder why like people treat them like shit, you know? And then like they put themselves in like a victim spotlight. Like, well, like, he shouldn't do that to me, or even she shouldn't do that to me, like, because of like this and that, or like, oh, she's just jealous. No, it's because like you're a dick. Like, hello. So yeah, I just wanted to like share all of this with you guys, because it's just been on my mind a lot to share it. So there it is. Oh my god, I'm like so excited for like the other stuff that we're gonna be talking about here, because there's like so much that I just love to talk about, and I'm also a mommy. I'm a mother, so like I like to talk about some things about motherhood as well. So if you're a mom, it's really cool that you're here, and I'm so glad that you're here. And what else? Yeah, fashion videos, and like home style videos. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see like what happens. We'll see where this goes. But yeah, like I'm really excited, and I'm just taking it day by day. Like with everything in my life, I'm just taking it day by day. I used to future trip a lot, and it fucked me up. I used to future trip so much, like to the point where it caused depression and anxiety, and like I just completely shut down. So like I take everything day by day. Sometimes if I'm having a really hard day, I will just completely like slow down and just like take it easy on myself and take everything, you know, like one step at a time. Like, okay, I'm just gonna do this for right now, and even if I just get this one thing done for today, then that's it, you know. And like we could even talk about productivity in another video, because I've learned a lot around that. And yeah, I've overcome like 5 years of severe depression and anxiety. So hallelujah, thank God. So if you want to know more about that, if you're struggling with that, let me know. If you liked anything in this video, give this video a thumbs up, please, and subscribe. Oh my god. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being present with me. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video.